Hello and welcome back to my reasons for you to slow down and love. If you want to be happy with your one and only life. Today is Easter Sunday. Symbolically, this day represents the resurrection or rebirth of Jesus. Centuries upon centuries of mortal definitions and earthly interpretations have found their way onto the pages of our believed history. Countless books, numerous doctrines, unending tenets, various sacraments, and diverse dogmas and concepts have been offered up to describe that powerful and miraculous event. Nothing else in history has had a greater impact on humanity than the birth and the death of Jesus. His simple message was for all mankind to love the Creator of all things, love one's existence with all thy body, mind, and spirit, and then love thy neighbor as thyself. Simple, easy rules to live by. However, for some strange reason, that message has been lost within the mortal definitions and the physical words that have supplanted and replaced the spiritual meaning or essence Jesus inferred or implied during his existence while here on earth. His final words were, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." And here is why Jesus made that statement of truth. Because of our unique individuality, as I have explained in previous discussions, it is absolutely impossible for one person to fully comprehend and understand or know the exact meaning of the unique words an individual uses to define and describe their unique view of the world outside the windows of their mind. Hence, we know not what we do relative to other unique, one-of-a-kind individuals. Jesus, while here on earth, had to use mortal words, and he used parables, analogies, and allegories into his lessons and messages in order to paint the spiritual essence of the message or lesson he attempted to communicate. He fully understood the difficulty of one person accepting the differing views of others. This is where he was so far ahead and unique for that time and that place in time. But knowing this truth, and with all that earthly stuff aside, the reality he tried to convey remains the same today. All mankind must join in on a spiritual level of unity, a spiritual understanding, a spiritual balancing of our thoughts and deeds. With this knowledge or this understanding, there's acceptance. All differences can and will be ignored because there are no physical influences or physical aspects to influence this spiritual truth. This harmony of thought can only occur in the hearts of humanity. It is impossible in the minds of mankind because of the very fact that each individual is physically different. They know not what lies in the minds and hearts of others. Physical science proves this over and over. We are all separate snowflakes, destined to transverse our earthly quest from birth to death, just like Jesus, alone, and within the confines of our own thoughts and deeds and consequential actions. Our individual choices pick and choose each step in that journey. We either make the right, good choice or we allow evil, corrupt thoughts to guide us to wrong, bad choices. Jesus tried to explain that this truth will light your pathway on your journey, and that evil addiction to selfism will blind and distort that journey with illusion and deception. I explained selfism in my last talk and in many of my previous ones. It is the core aspect of my efforts here. And I've tried and have used thousands of words in my videos and in my free ebook, Slow Down and Love, to clarify the simplicity of why loving God, loving self, and loving others is really the only way and the only answer to peace and harmony amongst all the differences growing in the world today. And there are many. We see it everywhere, and we hear about it every day, and many of us are experiencing or part of that experience. Just remember, though, everything, and I do mean everything, that has transpired in the past has happened the only way it could have unfolded, based on decisions and choices by you and all mankind. We are where we are at this exact moment in time and space. Nothing you do can change the past. All anyone can do is attempt to do the right thing at this moment, at this now moment, in order to mitigate or correct any damage caused by bad thoughts and wrong decisions. Therefore, I ask all of you to reach into your hearts and actually feel the essence of Jesus' words, his earthly words, his physical words, and understand the futility of division, and try to comprehend the necessity of unity. If you don't, and if you can't, our culture here in America and the cultures all around the world will continue to separate and divide into more fragmented, more self-centered special interest groups who try to destroy and vilify any and all who disagree with their point of view or their me-first view of the world. We see this disintegration right here in our once United States of America. As I've explained in previous talks, I've witnessed step by step, choice by choice, the pathway individuals and our country has gone. And now, as selfish groups demand their views to win out against those who disagree, and as they impose vile, demeaning demands and self-centered claims onto others, our individuality, our freedom, the very founding tenets or principles of America, which united us, which was freedom of choice, we are now telling others how to think and how to choose. This is going on right now in this war against Christianity. Most Christians, the majority of them, truly deep down inside believe the words of Jesus. They just don't know how to implement them. I try in my way to make it a little bit easier to understand, and the truth of it is, and the reality of it is, and the sadness of it is, if we don't see that all of us are in the same boat, floating through a mutual creation, we are doomed for an apocalypse or an extinction. But the Creator can begin again, because God is time and will flow on forever with or without us. So on this special day of rebirth, please try to begin again. And everything in every ongoing choice, try your very best to do the right thing, as Jesus requested all of us to try and do. And somehow, all too many of us fail as we envelop ourselves with this cocoon of selfism. I'm going to attempt in all my subsequent talks as we get into each chapter of the book, so make sure you download it free, e-book and EPUB or Kindle. You young ones know what I'm talking about. And as this world is speeding up and getting faster and more difficult to understand, I'm going to implore each of you to slow down and to love, grin and bear the consequences and the circumstances of life, and just slow down and love. Until my next talk, I thank you for watching and listening, and as always, Godspeed.